Hail, I'm TheHumanFloyd, and these are your Rumors of Tamriel for the 19th of Sun's Height. It is said that there's a Bosmer assaulting various residents of Reaper's March. She appears like a will-o-wisp, small and angular in build, with pointed teeth and deep red eyes. She tells outrageous lies and seems even more prank-prone than most among her kin. Her tricks are mostly harmless, but a few in particular stand out as being just plain mean-spirited and cruel. Several injuries have been cured, and local guards are on the lookout for the very small Mur. I've heard there's a new mercenary company in town. The Grey Watch is newly fledged, and their actions are being observed by those whose needs include mercenary work. It isn't clear just yet what kind of company they are, but they've made themselves known to the denizens of Reaper's March. Who knows what might come of it. On the road down far south of Ralka, there was some sort of disturbance. Lightning from a clear blue sky, and someone howling like a banshee at full moon. Most peculiar. Could it be a werewolf infestation? A long-standing Dominion mage has recently left the military's employ, citing no particular reason for his retirement. The news came as a shock to some, but most are wise enough not to question whatever eccentricity drove the decision. His departure was swift, and his current whereabouts unknown. There was a wedding near the Weird Tree waterfalls in Glenumbra. Passers-by said that it looked like an Altmer and an Imperial tied the knot. Congratulations! The newlyweds are owners of a shipping company based in Wayrest. From what people are saying, their company boasts of secure supply movements within the Covenant and beyond. They may be having a stroke of good luck now, but how long could that last in these chaotic times? A few of the regular patrons of the Rosy Lion and Cloudy Dregs Inn have been talking about a Breton explorer asking around for anyone with any knowledge of the ancient aliens. He's been seen being quite generous with his coin, and seems to be recruiting for something big. I tried getting into his little group, but he asked me if I had any experience. When I said no, he cursed me out and told me to stop wasting his time. I wouldn't mess around with that one. Despite the success of the Mages Guild meeting in Wayrest yesterday evening, a few of the guild's scribes have reported an item of value has gone missing. The guild masters have refused to release any information on the item in question, and the Wayrest's guards and even the guild's mages have failed to find any incriminating evidence. Did you hear? An artifact has been stolen from the Mages Guild Hall right here in Wayrest, right from under our noses too.
By the 8! It must be them damn cultists!
In Daggerfall's Rosy Lion Inn, a handful of refugees from Aldcroft reported disturbing sights and sounds in Glenumbra's Hag Fen region. It is said that at night, chanting can be heard in the distance, though its exact location seems hard to determine. One badly shaken farmer described shrieks that were terrifying and horrible, like they come from an animal that shouldn't be in this world. Figures that are too quick to be men or Mur move in the shadows, and now some of Aldcroft's displaced refugees from Camlorn have gone missing, without a trace. Any searches from Hag Fen during the day have not yielded any results. Covenant intelligence gatherers on Stros M'Kai have reported the following activity. A Breton couple was seen trying to locate a fence for an item they desperately wanted to get rid of. It is uncertain if the item in question is either dangerous or simply highly valuable. Tariffs and bribes required to dock and sell merchandise have increased due to an uptick of merchants visiting the island. However, some say that the headsman's fists are trying to make up for the loss of a very lucrative trade ship that no longer transports illicit goods between Stros M'Kai and Valenwood. Possible Imperial spies were spotted, asking for information on various citizens of the kingdom. Several locals reported being threatened by these persons of interest, but they vanished back to wherever they came from. Many locals have called for a ban on sales of Daedric artifacts and items, claiming it is a violation of their religious beliefs. They blame in particular such traitors as the pipe-smoking lady who frequents the docks, and several other mages who have a scandalous reputation on the mainland. A large orc was observed in the act of bribing a known smuggler. He wanted the smuggler to keep an eye out for a specific identifier on incoming weapons, in an attempt to track the movements of a black market Orzamer smithing ring. Rumor has it that an unnamed orc spat on a tribunal relic in the Gbonheart temple. He was able to flee the scene, but ordinators are on high alert for an orc with half his face burned off. Rumors are floating around that a once infamous pirate captain, who is said to have been killed by a Dominion attack off the coast of Morrowind, has been sighted, alive and well, in the city of Gbonheart, apparently under the employ of the magistrates at the local temple. It is unclear if the Dunmer know of this person's sordid past or not. This, of course, is simply a rumor as of now. No substantiated eyewitness accounts can be sourced at this time. A temple ordinator was overheard speaking about a lord of House Hlaalu cavorting with a confirmed heretic and vampire sympathizer. There was a dispute as to whether this heretic and the lord were engaged to be married, but what is known is that the same heretic has recently been expelled from House Drez, making her ineligible to re-enter any house without first making amends. House Drez and House Redoran forces have discovered what they claim is the primary stronghold for the vampire insurgency, and are in the process of burning out the few blood fiends who remain within. The so-called vampire war may indeed be at an end. And yet, according to a recently exiled soldier from House Rethel, Lord Rethel is offering vampires protection and a place in his house, in exchange to use them in Cyrodiil as super soldiers. After a packed scout went missing near the Ayleid ruin of Loriasel, the Banescale Fellowship, led by an elite Shellback warrior, searched the ruin for any signs of the Aldmeri Dominion invaders. They walked right into the Dominion trap. After fighting valiantly, the Fellowship managed to chase down the Altmer commander, who escaped through a portal despite her wounds from magical lightning. The Banescale discovered that the portal led to the Mages Guild in Stormhold, where the Dominion has been secretly operating for months. They followed the wounded Altmer there and cornered her. She was apprehended by the Guild for using the ever-neutral guild hall for the purposes of war. While the Dominion threat to Blackmarsh may seem to be ended, many in the Mages Guild now whisper of other Thalmor agents operating within the Guild throughout Pact lands. There is also a rumor going around that this Altmer mysteriously vanished after her interrogation. Some say there is now a strange Bosmer in her cell, badly burned and close to death. The leadership in Blackmarsh now plans a war council to decide how to respond to the Dominion invasion. Authorities in Skywatch have received complaints from the patrons of the Sky's Edge Tavern. Witness testimonies all seem to agree that there is a pestering Myrrh who stands outside the gate offering free back rubs to all who pass by. Descriptions also vary from a really ugly girl to a rather small adult male. The elf is suspected of pickpocketing, larceny, and public indecency, as nearly all customers have reported foul play and terrible massages. Recent disturbances rooted in social distrust between the rich and poor of Wayrest have resulted in a toxic atmosphere between the unfortunate residents of Dregside and the soldiers of the Northgate Watch. Indeed, there's cause to believe either an uprising or a crackdown is on the horizon. Rumor has it that the beggar woman known as Charlie has not been seen in her usual sights lately, mainly the fountain in the market and the one outside the Cloudy Dregs. Could some ill have befallen her? The Khajiit chef Tazita has been heard making inquiries into hiring guards to accompany her from Wayrest to Daggerfall. People have been talking about a private investigator that has recently come to Wayrest, and that he's open for business. A few people have been paying him for his services and are already commenting on his work.
That grave of that sewer guy had a painting of a red guard of the Empire on it this morning, and some flowers. Some people do go above and beyond to mourn their dead, don't you agree?
A farmer selling produce in the big city told folks over a mug of ale in the Cloudy that a local girl had been found dead and partially eaten in a forest not too far out of Wayrest. A woodsman found her. The story goes, her family, grief-stricken, said they had not sent her off to see a relative.
Hear ye, by writ of the crown, all travelers into the King's Forest of Stormhaven are encouraged not to travel alone at night. Wolves are an ever-present danger, and in these dark days, any such beasts may be more savage than expected. A bounty of 10 gold per wolf tail is in effect.
There has been a buzz amongst the initiates and junior members of the Mages Guild that the renowned and reclusive scholar known as Hakon Stormblade is finally looking for a research assistant for a new project. Anyone foolhardy enough to brave his fearsome reputation as a taskmaster should apply in person at the Cloudy Dregs, where he is largely bedridden following a terrible accident at the hands of a Redguard woman. The recommendation he could give would surely be worth it. There are rats in the Cloudy Dregs. It is said that some idiot of a guest brought rats along with them in their luggage without knowing it. Beware, patrons, the rats are especially fond of silks. That's all for today. Be sure to post your rumors up in the EU and NA rumor mill threads, or send them to my inbox on Engine. I'm also still looking for voice actors for the various races of Tamriel. If you're interested, email me a sample of some voice work. TheHumanFloyd@gmail.com. Keep role-playing. Peace.